Hello, this is teddygaming and welcome back to another video, and in this one we're going to be breaking down the tmnt, the Armageddon games, issue number 4. So yeah, we've only recently just got issue 1 in our hands, and to say the very least, it's definitely got me interested in terms of what we're going to be getting in this series or this event. And I got a feeling that this issue, just by reading the description for it, is definitely changing the whole event and putting it in a different direction than what I thought it was going to take. And I've got a feeling this is going to be the game changer issue, and you'll know what I mean in a minute. But I feel like we should probably read the description now. Chaos begets chaos. As the contest of the worlds continues, players on all sides will quickly find their game plans in absolute disarray. Unexpected participants and unforeseen pitfalls have combined to create havoc in 3 separate dimensions, and heroes and villains alike are forced to make counter moves to their counter moves, and all the while the witty Rat King laughs in the shadows. So yeah, this is actually yeah, I feel like you know what I mean now when I say that there's a lot of stuff that's going to be happening in this issue, and it's probably going to be the game changer one that's going to change everything. I mean, that's only just going off a description for it, and I feel like there is some little bits we can break down, but I think this one's just going to be more those ones where be like, oh, what if this happens, what if this happens, what if this happens. I got a feeling it's going to be one of those ones, and with this not really mentioning too much in terms of the story, it does really intrigue me, just because we did have a few when this event was first starting off with Armageddon games issue number 1, 2, I think like issue 133 and 34, they were all basically saying, oh, the Armageddon games is starting, the Terror Trio, Rat King and stuff like that, and we didn't really get too much about the event or any detail about the event. But with this one, they didn't really give us anything new about the event really, and we didn't really go anything over what we already know. So this is really intriguing, because when they normally do something like this, that normally means that, you know, they're probably hiding something really good and really special, which is intriguing me so much. Okay, so I feel like we should probably just start breaking down things from this description. Okay, so the first one, which is basically Rat King's gonna be laughing from the shadows. There's not really too much here to really break down, other than he's just going to be watching the contest of the Armageddon games and laughing from the shadows. But I got a feeling that they may be referencing the thin place from issue 132 and 31, and most recently in issue 1 of the Armageddon games. So, you know, there's not really too much there, but, you know, I just thought it would be a little worth shout out. Okay, so from the first line where it says, as contest for the worlds continues, players on all sides will quickly find their game plans in absolute disarray. And there's also a little bit further on that basically that and we having creating havoc in separate dimensions. That has really intrigued me, because from what I can tell so far, we can be going to Earth, Dimension X and Dimension Z. So I'm really interested in this, as I mean, there is so much they could do with this, and at the beginning when they were first teasing this whole event, they were saying going in different dimensions, and there was a cover that was released with the 2012 Turtles, and this all did put me on the thought that maybe, oh, they could do a crossover of the Turtles, and now that theory is not really sounding as good as it once was with all the evidence. However, who knows? Things may still change, and we could potentially be getting something like that. But this has heavily intrigued me so much, just because we're going to be having a war in 3 worlds, and I'm not too sure. I mean, the thing is, as much as I'm looking forward to this honestly has put a little bit of fear into me, just because they may not be able to pull this whole event off that well. If they're going to be having wars in 3 dimensions, but it's going to be basically, you know, just be like, I hope you understand what I mean, but basically they really set this whole event up to be much bigger than what it needs to be, and it may be a bit too much for what the Turtles normally do, and this definitely has put a lot of doubt in the event for me, but then again, I'm still looking forward to it, as they could still put it back and still be amazing. But it just seems that way is right now, where it could be, it might not be as good as we once thought it was, but either way I'm still looking forward to it. And then like the other things which in here which could be a bit more interesting is about heroes and villains are forced to make counter moves over their counter moves. There's not really too much to really say there, but I feel like this could be a really interesting thing to see with like certain characters. I'm not exactly too sure who will be like changing the counter moves and stuff like that. I know they got the villains and heroes, but like specifically who, I'll probably have to say like Madam Null and Baxter will probably be ones to change their counter moves for the villain side. And then for the hero side, I mean obviously the Turtles, but I'll have to say more Leonardo. And I wouldn't be surprised if like Cry and Shredder changed some of the tactics, but yeah, that's really all I've got for that little section. Okay, so we should probably look at the covers now. Now, these covers were released alongside this or the description for this issue, and they didn't release cover A or cover C, which is the first one, or cover A, which is done by the main artist, and cover C, which is done by Kevin Eastman. But we do have cover B, which is done by another artist, and can't exactly remember the name off the top of my head, and we also do have the cover RR one, which looks amazing. It looks beautiful. And there is a connecting cover with all the other Armageddon games RI ones, and it's also a 110 variant, so you know it might be a bit more pricier than usual, but what we're going to do about it. Okay, so for the cover B, we do have Rat King at the top, and he's just there in the background with the 5 turtles fighting the rats. Now, normally with these types of covers, if it's not the main cover and it's not the Kevin Eastman one, then it's probably most likely has nothing to do with the story. And I don't see how the turtles fighting rats alone in a weird place is really going to do anything to do with the story. But at the same time, this is the Armageddon game, it's a Rat King, anything could happen, so who knows. But again, this one does feel a bit more, you know, the artist could draw wherever they wanted or whatever they wanted, and they did. So I'm still unclear about it, but either way, the artwork does look really nice and beautiful. I probably will pass on this one. It's not really my type of cover, but like it still looks really amazing. So for the cover RI one, we got Angel, we got Alapex, Jenica, we got April, Casey. It looks really cool, and yeah, I'll definitely love to see this one connected with all the other covers, as I feel like this is going to be an amazing and beautiful picture when you have all of them combined. And I'm just wondering just how big this picture is going to be. I know there's 8 issues worth, but like, you know, damn, that's going to be a pretty big cover. Also, the one last final comment I would like to add on about Angel's suit is the fact that it really does look more like a Power Ranger, or is that just me? I can't get an image out of my head with her just looking like that, and the way that the artist has drawn her in the suit, it really is giving me more Power Ranger type vibes. But then again, what do I know? As you all clearly know from last week's breakdown with the Power Ranger comic, I don't really know much about Power Rangers. But yeah, I am quite interested to hear what you say about this in the comment section below. Are you looking forward to this comic? Are you not? Do you think, and is there any like theories you have for this event? I sort of went over it briefly with some of the ones which I did break down, but I still got a feeling that this issue is going to be the big game changer one in terms of, like, you know, just having everything out there, changing everything, then going into next year's one or next year's comics, and that's where I pick up, and it's just going to be groundbreaking and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to hear what you have to say about it in the comment section below. But yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. If you do like something, please share, subscribe, and all that stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.